We begin with this morning. The number of people killed by Guatemala's devastating volcanic eruption is rising sharply. The government says at least 69 people have been killed, and an unknown number are missing and believed to be buried in the ash.
The Volcán de Fuego, or volcano of fire, erupted on Sunday. The explosion filled the air with a dark mix of ash, rock, and gas. Lava gushed down the sides of the volcano as well. It sits about 30 miles from the capital, Guatemala City, home to about 3 million people. Manuel Bojorquez is inside one of the restricted areas in El Rodeo. Manuel, good morning.
Good morning. Hundreds of rescue workers are still trying to reach remote areas around the volcano that have become impassable because of things like this. This is a mound of ash, and you can see in this village it goes as high as the street signs. And in some areas, the ground is still so hot that it can melt the soles of your shoes. From above, the once densely vegetated area surrounding the volcano is now coated in thick gray ash. A day after the eruption, much of the charred terrain was still too hot in some places for rescuers to search for survivors. In areas that are reachable, rescue teams wear protective masks and use construction equipment to navigate the dangerous conditions. Babies and children killed during the eruption are wrapped in blankets and taken to a temporary morgue to be identified. One rescuer miraculously saved this baby, buried for nearly a day. Crews worked by land and air to save stranded people in towns close to the volcano. On Monday, Guatemalan President Jimmy Morales traveled to a hard-hit area where a woman begged him for help. Mr. President, my family is missing, she said. All of my brothers, my mother, all my family are there. More than 20 have disappeared. Sunday's violent eruption left many residents with just minutes to try to escape. Government officials held off for hours on issuing a warning because they believed the threat was diminishing before the blast. Thousands of people are staying in shelters as they wait for word about their loved ones. We were just allowed into this one shelter here. It's set up in a gymnasium, and you can see where they're putting down their cots for the night. There are men, women, children. We've even seen pets here. These are all people displaced by the volcano. Do you know people who are missing, or? I don't know their names, she said, but I know their faces, and they're not here. Just behind me are some of the homes that are now half buried in ash. Now, even though the eruption has stopped, people here are not out of the woods. There is rain in the forecast. That could hamper rescue efforts. And that rain could also mix with all this ash and create a concrete-like substance that could further damage infrastructure here.
Well, thank you very much, Manuel Bojorquez.